Welcome to Flat Earth Philosophy. Not necessarily all flat earth. We talk about a lot of things to do with metaphysics, esoteric, spiritual, religion. So today's video is basically about the Grand Unification in metaphysics that I have discovered. But before that, something's just come to my mind. Look what I've just come across. This beautiful book. Look at it. The Egyptian Book of the... Oh. What just came to my mind is knowing that none of that is regarding physical death. It's spiritual, just like the Bible is. You don't physically die. This has to happen. This is all about your rebirth, man's spiritual rebirth, where his old way of life dies and he is reborn, connected to the spiritual world, or with a connection. This is all about raising your kundalini and being enlightened. You see, the human body, we have a heaven and we have a hell. Hell is down there at your sacrum, your coccyx, and up here at your pineal gland, or above, is heaven. The idea is there's basically a field in the human body, from there, sacrum to the pineal gland, or the top of your head. You have to raise your kundalini and meet in the middle. This is the unification between your brain and your heart, basically. But if you look at the human body, the bottom of the sacrum, the coccyx, and to the heart, and then the heart to the brain, there's the 2 to 3 golden ratio. It's like the Earth's magnetic field. And this is what my video is going to be about today. The Grand Unification. That's just another one to put in the unification. The human body, because the human body is connected with Earth. Everything that happens with the human body is connected with what happens with the Earth. So my previous video was about phi, being 5. A ratio of 2 to 3 equals 5, being one magnetic cycle. The infinity symbol, the S. That symbol is what the wise Osiris is wearing on his head. It's not exactly to the correct shape, but it's like that if you draw Earth as a plan. Because centre north is very small and tight if you're looking at a plan view, but the southern field is all around, so it's a bigger, wider field, and a small northern field. This is the magnetic cycle, the S, the infinity symbol. But you can also flip it up on its side and just take it as an elevation, a full picture. This the infinity symbol, it's equal, they've drawn it equal. But really it's not equal. But anyway, that's the infinity symbol. So, realise what I've just said there, the sacrum to the heart, and then the brain to the heart. It's quite hot. That's it, folks. That's the human body compared, in relation to the Earth. The magnetic field that comes out of around the circle, around the centre Arctic, swings down, and then it actually dips down at the Tropic of Cancer, goes through the Earth and comes back up out south. But putting that aside, you're getting this number 8 figure with a smaller head, which is up in the north. So, the Grand Unification. I've connected Euclid's geometry to phi, the golden ratio and man's arc of horizon, but there's a lot more to it. So you have to start with man's arc of horizon, his dome. Once again, man is like Earth. Earth has a dome. It's a firmament. It's not solid. It's a flux. It's the shape of the olive leaf. It's what's in the Bible, book of physics, metaphysics. Because the centre northern hemisphere is flat, and then it curves down in the south. And that curving, that concave curve, projects the holographic images back to a central focal point for man. And every man has his own meridian from north to south. So every man has his own arc of horizon on his own meridian north to south. So within his arc of horizon, he has his very own magnetic cycle. No matter where he is around the flat earth, he's on this meridian north to south all the time. He has his dome, and every dome is man's perspective. It's all relative to the observer, all relative to that one man. It's his arc, it moves with him. And in the Bible it says, rise up, Daniel, and you will see further. It doesn't mean, you're dumb and you don't know if you climb a mountain you'll see further. No, it means your arc will rise up with you. And this is the celestial bodies. You go towards the celestial bodies, they move away with you. Because they're moving in your arc of horizon. They're all in that firmament. You can never get close to them. They're not shooting past you if you're going to fly through space. You can't fly through space anyway, but they're not going to shoot past you. They move away. It's the way holograms work. So you have to understand man's arc of horizon. His perception of the entire earth is within his arc. That's why we cannot measure celestial bodies, because one, they're holograms, and each man, wherever he is on earth, gets a slightly different perspective. So understand man's arc of horizon, and knowing he gets one magnetic cycle north to south. So it's all pictured within his dome. And so the Grand Unification, metaphysics, projected back from the concave south. Understanding that, yeah. Right, Euclid's geometry. This is where geometry and maths all comes into it. As flat earth believers, we don't really need to understand all that stuff, but this is where the geometry comes into it, is man's arc of horizon. He's got a nice 180 degree dome. It's not like the full earth one, which is flattened out in the north and back out, because that's two hemispheres there. Man just has his 180 degree arc of horizon, 360 degrees around him. And it's those angles on that arc, 180 degree arc, is what Euclidean geometry is all about. That's the basis of it all, because it's all connected to, the golden ratio being the 2 to 3 cycle of the magnetic field, which equals 5. And it's 5. And the magnetic field is an infinity symbol, because it just keeps going, keeps moving around the earth, keeps flowing. The sun flows around the earth, so does the magnetic field. But there's always a flow all the way around, back towards the tropics. South coming into the tropics, north coming into the tropics. They're both sort of mirrored, but they're coming around like this. So one swings around anti-clockwise, the other one swings around clockwise. Depends on how you're looking at it. You're going to draw it flat down here, but in reality you've got a flat sky here and a concave one here. So when you're looking up at the sky, just bear that in mind. It's concave, projecting the image back into your arc of horizon. That's how the concave mirrors work. They centralise the image back towards you, and you're getting that southern rotation in your face. It's not far away from you. It's all connected with your eyeballs and your brain. programming. So understanding phi being a 2 to 3 ratio, equaling 5, and 5 representing a full cycle of a magnetic field. The S. Every man has one on his arc of horizon. It's the full cycle of a magnetic field. So we've got the arc of horizon, Euclidean geometry, phi, full magnetic cycle, the 2 to 3 ratio, and then it's connected to the analogy of the unequal divided line, because that is the 2 to 3, what Plato's talking about. That's connected with it. So it's all coming to light, everybody. It's all metaphysics. No scientists will understand this. Well, they haven't. They didn't have a clue. Didn't know about this stuff. That's why they come down to their spinning ball theory and only have half the answers. You're forever going on YouTube and listening to their science sites and they go, and we don't know this yet. We don't know this. We don't know that. You know, there's a lot of stuff they don't know because the silly ball theory is a load of bullshit. They don't live on a ball. The Earth is flat and we're inside the flux of the magnetic field. But the magnetic field has come from the place of rest and of inertia, which means it's the dielectric. This is why the magnetic fields and that don't affect us, because it's the dielectric. So basically it's more of an electrical universe if we've come from that dielectric. All the actions around that perimeter, around the horizon, we're all in that centre. This is where we have the toroidal field, everything moving around us. That's the toroidal field. I'm still getting these science wannabes coming on my site and telling me the toroidal field is not curvilinear, or the magnetic field isn't curved. And I mean, how dumb can they be? Well, how could they say that magnetic field is not curved? What do they think the Coriolis is? What do you think sailors have to do for variation in the deviation? Because the compass takes them on a curved journey. The spider web and celestial navigation in the northern hemisphere, why is it all curved? Well, they don't even understand that because they're too dumb, quite frankly. So basically that's it. Plato's dialogue, 509b to 511, read it. That's the analogy of the unequal divided line, which is the 3 to 2, which is 5, and 5 being a full magnetic cycle, 2 and 3 equals 5. So this is quite an amazing find, if I don't mind saying so myself. You know, this would be world famous stuff if I was a Freemason, you know, with a PhD of bullshit and went to some special expensive indoctrination university. But anyway, that's it, guys. So wait till I start getting into this. And I didn't even know about this. Got this too. Look, $20. Book of the Dead, $25. Unbelievable. Realising the magnetic field in ancient Egyptian. I've told people 100 times, 1,000 times. The snake, the serpent, represents the magnetic field. That's the connection between man's sacrum and his head. Raising the Kundalini, the two systems, the helix up the spine. This is the Christ flowing, and the system creates all this. And the word Lilith, the female Lilith. Wait till I get into that. That's quite a divine story too. That all comes to my mind when I catch some of these Christian videos. And they're telling the story. I got no idea. They have no understanding of the true esoteric knowledge within religion, and I can explain it all. So it's best if I take their video and then try and break it down without, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to show their video, but you know, maybe take part of it and break it down and show you where they've gone wrong. Because common man has twisted everything. Like the full circle of phi, taken it and twisted it into the figure 8. Warped it into scary, you know, slaughter, blood and guts, warlike rubbish, when it's all a divine event. But for some reason it's written in this strange way in the Bible and stuff, all this violence and that. I don't know why they do that. I haven't figured that out yet, but I understand the hidden meaning behind it all. So we'll get into that one day. But anyway, understand what I'm saying. The Grand Unification in metaphysics. No scientist has a clue about. Thanks for watching. Hope you're getting to understand how the flat earth works. Share and like. I think I'm being shadow banned, eh? Only 5.9 thousand subscribers. Doesn't move fast. I mean, with this sort of knowledge, it should be flying ahead. Okay.